It's the season finale of Technique Tuesdays, and we ask the question, is EC3 the next franchise player for Ring of Honor? That's right, folks, this is the season finale of Technique Tuesdays, so it's the last episode you're going to see in a while, so let's make it a good one. We're going to analyze EC3 and the mercenary Flip Gordon versus the Briscoes.
Look at this, outstretched, looks straight in the eye, respect is earned, honor is real.
And that handshake that means something now.
Now, as we often see in the heavyweight division, there's a feeling out process. There's some technical wrestling back and forth between EC3 and Jay Briscoe. But watch this, EC3 sends Briscoe to the ropes, and this is where that tag team experience factor comes in.
Off the ropes.
And just that little nanosecond gap in time at this high level is all it takes to gain a competitive advantage. If you are always causing your opponent to react to what you're doing, you are one step ahead, and that's what happens to Jay Briscoe right here. With the momentary distraction, the rhythm has been disrupted. This is tag team brilliance, and this is exactly why people call the Briscoes the best tag team in the world.
And look at that, great double team, and this is where the Briscoes are going to thrive here tonight.
Let's fast forward a little bit to when Flip Gordon gets involved in the matchup.
And ironically, EC3 was the one that drove the wedge initially between Mark and Jay.
Now, as we know, EC3 pursues honor, so that tactic from Flip Gordon doesn't quite sit well with him, but it isn't long until the Briscoes are back in control. Once again, similar tactics, but this time it's on Flip Gordon. Mark Briscoe is holding his head in place for that massive kick from Jay Briscoe.
Phenomenal athlete. She recently changed his game plan to a more ground-based game plan and made him even more dangerous.
Quick tag though. Oh!
That's the second time now that those subtle tags have been used to disorientate their opponents and take control of the matchup. Even more brilliance from the Briscoes.
Headbutt there, staggers Flip Gordon.
Now, Gordon often faces criticism for his unorthodox tactics, shall we say, a little bit of bending of the rules, but it cannot be taken away from him. He is a world-class athlete, and we want to show you this right here, which displays that perfectly.
Go to his end of being world champion. I think that's the point he was trying to make as the wheelbarrow. Oh!
He manages to get himself out of danger, evading with the up and over. He then goes for the baseball slide, but instead he switches so he is facing the mat. He goes through the legs of his opponent, but whilst he's going back, he uses that momentum to sweep the legs of his opponent. This is where Flip Gordon is quite a fantastic performer because he chains move to move to move. So he slides through the legs, trips the legs, pulls them back, and he's in perfect position for what we would call a wheelbarrow German suplex. And guess where he is? On the outside of the ring. Now come on, it's Flip Gordon, that's not an accident. Might not agree with the tactics, but we got to tip her hat to the phenomenal athleticism on display. Now again, when we talk about EC3, we often talk about, again, it's the ruthless execution of the basics. EC3 takes control again with that solid neck breaker, clutching the jaw with both hands so that it's impossible to escape.
EC3 in my mind on the world title rankings, of course, Jay lethal in those. EC3 trying to climb in.
Wow.
Jay Briscoe, Flip Gordon.
Hits the neck breaker, and he hits, you know what, a body slam, because why not? It's simple, it's effective, and it works. Before another simple but effective maneuver, but this one is done in particular style. Look at the height that EC3 manages to get on this elbow.
Big elbow drop.
Can you imagine the force that you're going to be hit with if EC3 with that muscle mass is going all the way up in the air and slamming back down with all of that force in the point of his elbow? Simple, effective, brilliant strategy. Now, there's something I do want to talk about with EC3 that's, I don't want to say out of character, but it's interesting. He hits the move that we would call the Lou Thez press. Now, Ian Riccaboni refers to it as the Psychoboy, and I think the reason is because it seems when he hits that move, a switch goes off in his mind. And it's just this raw, unfiltered aggression and violence from EC3. It's almost like we're getting a snapshot into the psyche of who EC3 truly is. But I want to take it back to Flip Gordon for a second. He's called the Mercenary, and with very good reason. Here's a perfect example.
One day a world champion, one day, but EC3's been there. Oh,
Falcon Arrow.
there it is. 2.
It's the brilliance of the Mercenary. Watch this. It looks like he's going for the suplex, but no. He switches it in mid-air to make sure he lands in his half of the ring, landing in the Falcon Arrow position. Brilliant tag team wrestling from the Mercenary.
Flip Gordon just interjecting himself. Off the rope, springboard. Oh!
He just pushed him down out of the sky.
But let's take it back to the Briscoes for a second. In this case, specifically Mark Briscoe, because one of his best skills and attributes as an athlete, in my opinion, is his ability to assess the situation and see what is going on at all times across all participants. Here's a classic example.
Redneck Kung Fu being unloaded on Flip Gordon. Irish whip counter by Gordon.
That is just unbelievable multitasking from the tag team specialist Mark Briscoe.
And it's Mark Briscoe going to the top. Wow.
Now I want to take a look at the conclusion of the matchup. On the outside, EC3 is thrown into the barricade at high speed, high impact. You can hear that deafening thud. Let's just let you take a listen to this.
It's just fighting Riccaboni. It's both men trying to win.
Oh!
Brutal impact, and one would think the EC3 is out the game, but no, he manages to get into the ring. He spoils the party for when it looks like the Briscoes are going to win, and instead of falling victim to the 2-on-1 attack, he instead ducks under and hits a huge double clothesline. It's EC3 standing tall in the ring with these other 3 main eventers down on the canvas.
Irish whip, ducks the clothesline. Wow!
It's a monster right there, Riccaboni.
EC3 takes advantage of the situation, lifts Flip Gordon's hand up, and tags himself in.
EC3 tags himself in.
Now, despite having the upper hand, it isn't long before EC3 falls victim to that 2-on-1 attack, falls victim to what Ian Riccaboni calls the Redneck Boogie.
And has him. Redneck Boogie.
Ooh, still stacked him for the pin.
1, 2, and Gordon needed to break that
Now,
up.
it looks like it's all over, but Flip Gordon manages to change the course of this matchup. He uses the chain to the head, does it slyly enough so the referee doesn't see, and now Mark Briscoe is in perfect position for EC3's finishing maneuver.
He has no idea.
He doesn't know that he did it. He's gonna get the victory. He's
Plants
gonna
him.
get
2,
Oh man.
3.
It is that modified reverse DDT. He's going to use his leg to swing it forward, then swing it back, to not only drop down, but to use the momentum of his leg coming backwards. No one is getting up from that, and this is a huge win for EC3. That was the victory he was looking for, and this surely must have title ranking implications in the heavyweight division. Now, that brings us to the end of Technique Tuesdays for now. This is the season finale, and I do want to say a few things from the heart. This is actually off the cuff. I don't have anything prepared, but what I do want to say is this has been, pun intended, an honor and a privilege to make this show. This is what I love to do. Professional wrestling is all I've known for a very long time, and it's been tough to be away from the ring. It's been awesome to watch and support my colleagues and, to contribute, because that's something I always want to do. I always want to be earning my keep, and I've been looking at everyone else's technique for a while, but now it's time to focus on my technique. I have put on 60 pounds of muscle since you last saw me. When you see me, I'm going to totally reinvent myself. I am 100% focused on being the absolute best professional wrestler I can be, and that is what you have to even exist in Ring of Honor, because every week I see the bar going higher and higher and higher and higher, and you better believe that I don't want to just survive, I want to thrive, and that's why I'm reinventing myself. So thank you so much for watching this, but the next time you see me in a Ring of Honor ring, I'm going to bring absolutely everything that I can. Make sure you support this awesome brand who aim to bring you the best professional wrestling in the world. ShopHonor.com. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of the show? Like, share, subscribe. Folks, this is just goodbye for now. It's not goodbye forever, but remember, honor is real.
What's up, Honor Nation? The Metalhead Maniac Sledge here. Ring of Honor is excited to announce that they have launched a new merchandise website, shophonor.com. That's right, shophonor.com. And that's where you can get all your official Ring of Honor merchandise like I'm wearing right here. That's shophonor.com. Head there now.